Hi guys, I'm late to the party. Hello, yeah. Hi everybody. I know I'm late to the show again. Ah, yeah, yeah. Hola, ¿qué pa? Hmm. You guys, how you doing? And I eat it, and I eat it, and I eat it. How are you guys? So we're gonna do a very short show today. I am super, super busy. I don't know. I don't know. I've been super, super busy, but I made it here for you guys. So, welcome to Let's Talk with Miss Fee. My name is Felicia, aka Miss Fee. Welcome, and I hope you had a great weekend. And I hope life is treating you good. If you if you haven't accomplished all your goal this year, remember we're in fall. There's still time. There's still time. You don't have to accomplish everything. Even if you accomplish some, it's something, right? So, welcome and let's jump into it. I am feeling the hair. I did my hair naturally this week, and my people, the hair is falling apart. I know, right? I remember that school. Remember that? You know about that grave again. All of you are hating. I put my two I know. Then all of you say, oh, oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Y'all are just a hater, okay? All of you. I feel like all of you that respond, you guys are haters, okay? Period. There is such a thing called peanut butter gravy. It's just making me laugh. Hey man, River says you at work. Sorry, darling. Oh man. I'll be making you guys. We make all those funny videos, and I never get to post it because I get so busy. But I have more videos. When I be making my thing, you can be saying I'm making up stuff. I'm picking it up. I am a pure born LIPK. I cook in Liberia before I came out on a plate of food. What do you call it? Oh man. Welcome, Anna. How are you?
Hi, I'm
Like
good. How are you? Today's topic is spicy.
it is very spicy. Um, I made it on really late. Girl, after I saw you guys, I dozed off to sleep.
Oh yeah?
I was so tired.
Wow.
I didn't
Um,
sleep yesterday. And I was at the hospital early this morning, came back and I was sleepy. I dozed off. When I woke up, I set my alarm. I guess I didn't hear it. When I woke up, I was like, it's almost 5:30.
Yeah. I'm sorry about that.
It's okay. I'm just a tired girl.
Yeah.
But it looks like I'm about to make public announcement. Next,
Okay.
we're about to be 1 year on the 29th, which will be on a Monday. On Sunday, next week Sunday, is it next week Sunday? Okay, let me see. Next
The
week
twenty
Sunday.
fifth. The 25th is Wednesday.
Okay,
So
so next week Sunday, I want to have an early show, but I have a whole lot going on at work. I don't want. I probably have to schedule it the week after that, maybe the 5th of October. That weekend. Mm.
okay.
Whoever says pro said. No, I wanted to have a special show on the 28th, but my hospital is in an inspection mode for research, and you know how that is, and so it's crazy right now. I think it's helping me to lose weight though, but
Because you're stressed.
it's still stress. You gotta be compliant.
Yeah.
So no sleep for this girl. If you see bags under my eyes, sorry you. I did sorry you. But yeah, and then the next public announcement. I know I should say in our group chat. I want committed people that are gonna be here. If you're not gonna be here, you let me know. If not, then Riverside Pro, I'm officially inviting you to the group chat because you're consistent, and we need consistency. I know I be late here and there, but I'm really trying to be consistent and being a working mom, wife, and everything. It gets really crazy, but I really want this show to go somewhere. So we have to get some consistency in our second year for our audience. We also want some consistency from our audience as well. We need your support to share the show, invite your friends. We're After the first year, we're done testing the waters, and now it's jumping into business. But in the coming days, the guy that actually worked on my logo, he's working on something for me to update you guys on our special show we're gonna have for our 1 year celebration. Let me just take the cat out of the bag. We're going to be doing Q&A. I don't care what part of the world you're at. Question and answer. I'm gonna be doing that, and we will have gifts. So if you answer the question correctly, you get gifts. I'm trying to limit it to people outside of the country, but if you're in the US and you have family members outside of the country, I'll have a WhatsApp number that you guys can call during that show. There'll be more ad. The guy's working on my ad to post it. So there'll be more where I will post it out there, and you have to join the show, and it will be about 21 questions. We will be asking it, and if you answer, you win a prize. So it will be, let me give you guys a little bit of a hint what the questions would be about. Our show, how it started, why did we even came up with this platform? So I'm giving you guys the G's right now so you can start finding out some of the questions. We're gonna do some Bible trivia questions. We're gonna talk about some of the panelists that been on here. What is their background, and what are some of those interesting topics we talked about that tie to their experiences. So we want it to be fun. So I think it's much more fun if people from back home call in. And so please, when our flyer hit my page, I would like for you guys to share. To participate though, you got to be following my page, and yeah, there will be more posted out there, but just wanted to give you guys heads up what's going to be coming in couple of days. Once the gentleman is done with my flyers and everything, he's gonna send it over to me and I'll post it. So please make sure you're following and sharing the page. All right. With that being said, all that mouthful, let's laugh at what River says Pro said. River said they say sex is the best resolution therapy couples. Tagu English. That true. Is it sustainable? Just ask you. You asking for a friend? Anna, what's your answer? Let's put Anna on the spot.
I don't know. Maybe for a man it is, but not women.
Well, sex do let
Majority.
you release endorphins, so I can see how that is
Yeah,
helpful.
but not majority for men, yes, but not for women.
Not,
Women, I won't say that
I
sex,
don't think so. I think it depends on the.
the individual. Hello, can you hear me?
Oh, you guys, hold on. Let me
Your
check. I hope I'm lost on my
Your
internet.
Wi-Fi is.
It's tripping. Let's see if we're on the right
I think
Wi-Fi.
it depends on the person though. But if we were looking at statistics, men
Yeah.
enjoy intercourse more than women when it comes to like makeup.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna talk too much. Let me be quiet. I don't. On the average, are you saying on the average?
Yes. I'm not talking of. I'm talking about statistic wise, but I think that definitely depends on the individual. But if you want to look at it, if we're asking out of 100 women, how many women prefer that to other things? They would men will be the ones that have a higher rate.
Hmm, that's interesting. Well, there
Women,
you have it, River
I
says,
think
bro.
for
Tell that
women,
friend I asked the question. Go ahead. Can you hear me? Can you guys
but
hear me
yes,
or my internet tripping?
we hear you. I think his second part of the question is it sustainable? That's if you continue to treat a person badly, at some point it's gonna get old.
Right.
So
Right.
I don't think it's sustainable.
Me
But
neither.
also it depends on the person. There's some people that are just too weak or too they're suckers for that. So if you bring it, they'll take, even if they're still angry.
Just have it available, right?
Yeah. Does that answer your question, Riva says Pro?
I hope that answer for that friend. No, he was asking for a friend.
Yes. I mean, ask your
I'm
friend
just
if that's
joking.
sustainable. If that question or the answer given is makes sense.
Um, I think it makes sense. I would say, yeah, I think it depends on the individual. But if we're looking at modern women in the 21st century, I think their sex drive is very high. So I would say, from what I've heard, it's like kind of neck to neck.
Okay.
From
So
what I heard,
I have a
it's
follow
neck
up
to
question.
neck. Huh?
I have a follow up question for you.
Oh Lord.
So women now. So you say modern day women.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I get that their drive is high, but my question is,
Mm-hmm.
okay, so if a man continues to do something to them that's upsetting them, they should continue because their drive is high. They would forgive all the time, huh?
No, but some women, from what I read and heard, is the gift and just the makeup part
Mm.
of that. I guess it depends on what the issue is, right? If it's
Mm-hmm.
like little quarreling and, oh, I'm not talking to you or you're not talking to me, and then you buy a gift and then boom.
Mm-hmm.
I guess. But then if it's something very serious, Um, I think it's very small if we're looking at the cases. It's very small. You guys, I have no stats to follow this. I'm just basing it on what I've kind of like seen and heard or read. But I think it's just I think if it's someone who's in an abusive relationship, I don't think that's something that's like therapeutic. But based on the question that's being asked, I don't think that's based on like something abusive. I'm just assuming. Maybe kind of like you're mad at your husband, and women are known, to hold back. And maybe if he purchased something that you like, and then all of a sudden you guys make up, it always leads to that. Um, that could be that. But the abusive one, absolutely, I don't think is therapeutic. I think is part of the abuse, in my opinion, for the lack of better words. Yeah, but it's not sustainable. Yeah, yeah. And then, what was the other question he said? They said sex is the best. Oh, he repeated a question. He said he agreed. I think makeup sex is just for minor issues. Major ones will take more than just sex, of course. For me, major one, you made me mad. We're going for one more. I ain't talking to you. I'm just joking. But I did ask my husband this before I could come talk about this topic today. And he said, sometimes just don't talk to the person for a little. I said, wow, this is great. This is why we're together. I need my space. You need your space. Stay over there. Don't bother me. We'll see who's going to break the cycle first. All right. So, River Spring is starting it hot already.
Can I share something that I
Sure.
thought
Go
was
ahead. While
important
you're doing that,
to
let me
know?
share the show with others.
Okay, Brielle.
Go ahead. You can go ahead. I'm just going to
Okay,
share the show.
all right. So what I was trying to say is that there's. I think it's very important to. Can you put the question up? Okay, let me see it again. 1 second. Let me read. Please share. Okay, hold on. I'm trying to read the question again so I can answer it
What
properly.
was the question?
Yeah. No, I'm saying, can you put the question up again so I can?
Well, the topic for today.
Oh, I see it. Never mind. What's the fastest way to? Okay,
Yeah,
relax an
what's the
angry spouse.
fastest way
Okay,
to
so
relax
I
an angry spouse?
spouse. Okay, I think first you have to understand the person's love language.
What
Once
is
you
a
know
love language? Because some people may not know that.
things that make people happy, things that make their heart tickle,
I like that. Make their
things
heart
that you do
tickle.
to make your spouse happy
Okay.
or make them feel out of the roof. If I don't know how to explain it better, but basically something that a person can do to you that will make you feel really happy
Right.
and feel appreciative of that person.
Nice.
So some people's love language, there are different kinds of love languages. Some people are act of service. Some people are they enjoy gifts. Some people love words of affirmation. People that give them compliments. Um, there are others that like intimacy, like they like a sense of touch. They like that personal relationship with their spouse. Like, what else am I missing, Felicia? For the different love
Well, they
languages.
do talk about the five love languages, you know.
No,
Um,
I'm saying which other one did I miss, so that I can dip down into my point. Since you asked me to talk about
um,
love language, hold on, let me just quickly Google.
Yeah, I'm trying to find it too. I don't even act of service, receiving gifts, quality time, words of affirmation, and
Mm.
physical touch. I think you said all of them.
Okay, yeah. So if you're somebody that, tell me the first point again. Let me hit
So the
each one.
first one is act of service.
Okay, act of service. I would say people with act of service are people that, let's say you do something wrong to them and you want to make it up to them or help them relax when they're angry. You can do something like maybe buy them like, no, that's a wrong example. Like,
Kind of action speaks louder than
yeah,
words.
like do something to show them that you're sorry, like
Right.
maybe go out, go wash their car and then put a little note there and say I'm sorry or something. Like something that you would do for them to know that you're really sorry and you mean what you said. Now for what's the second point? The second act of
Receiving gifts.
receiving gifts. Oh, a lot of women like this one. If you upset a lady, you can go out. You guys have a heated argument or something really bad. You guys had a really bad argument. You go out, you buy her flowers, buy her chocolate with a nice little gift and a note, or give her your credit card to go swipe. You
Ah,
know,
yeah, yeah. Don't do the credit card.
I'm just giving that as an example, but yeah, like, those are some
Yeah.
ways that you can help relax your spouse who's angry.
Yeah.
What's the third one on the list?
Oh, I need to keep up. Quality time.
Quality time. These are people
Hmm.
like River says Pro
People like me.
and you who enjoy staying indoors, one person all
People
day.
like you like gifts.
Yes, I like gifts. An act of service. I like gifts and act of service.
I know you too well. Jeez.
Mm-mm-mm. Yeah, gifts. Yeah. So for intimacy and personal touch are people that like being around their spouse when they hurt them or make them angry. They like them to come and hold them, give them hugs, and tell them they're sorry, kiss them, and all the like. Now,
River says pro. We'll come to that question. Finish, Anna.
the third was the fourth option. What was the next one?
The fourth one is words of affirmation.
Words of affirmation. I love this one too.
Me too.
Sometimes people do a lot in a relationship and they have partners that don't know how to appreciate. So appreciating someone sometimes goes a long way. It encourages people to be
Keep
nice to
going.
you and keep going. So words of affirmation is very, very important when it comes to relaxing a spouse. When your spouse is upset about something, look for something positive that they may have done that day or some things that they have done throughout your relationship. Show them that you're appreciated. You're not 100% right all the time, but you've messed up this time and that you really appreciate them and you want to continue to be with them. Just that words of affirmation, those positive words keep people going and it helps people stay relaxed.
Right.
So that's what I was going to say. My main point is just understanding people's love languages and knowing how to address them and looking for different ways to touch those love languages when people are upset.
I like what you said earlier. That tingles their heart.
Yes, tingle their hearts.
Uh, yeah,
Mhm.
absolutely. That is okay. So before I even say that, what about those individuals that are still kind of tradition and they're not going with this whole modern way of love where we're talking about love language and you're like love language like what do you mean love
Even our
language?
mommies that are old school, they have love languages. They just
They
don't know it.
do, they just didn't know what it was called.
Yeah. So you just have to figure out what like what they like and Like our parents, especially our mothers, they like money, right? Money is,
Acts of service.
yeah, no, it's
Receiving gifts.
yeah, it's receiving gifts. They just don't know it, but when you give our mothers gift, you're their best friend. That's why
Mm-hmm.
in most African countries, if a man wants to win a woman's heart, he needs to give the girl's mother, a lot of money. Every
Mm,
time he visits, he'll be on her good book.
mm. She will say,
Yeah.
my daughter, don't mess this one
Mm-hmm.
up. So welcome to the show, you guys. Thank you so much, Anna, for introducing the topic. Today we're talking about the best way to relax a partner or your husband, wife, whatever you define your relationship as. How do you relax them during when they're angry? So that's what we're talking about today. We're asking you to please share the show, invite your friends, and each and every one of them, so that way we can bounce off each other's ideas. Um, and I just introduced it and talked about how you can start by relaxing someone. One, by understanding that person love language. So there's about five of them, which you just went through. So let's go to River Cesspool before I even give my info. He said, do you women reciprocate love language? I feel that all those preconditions are created by mostly women. I agree, somehow. I mean, how many men talk about love language? I think we are always at the disadvantage. What do you think? I think you will be surprised how many men, again, you guys on this show, I told you guys I would like to watch these clips of dating shows because I try to see like the average of what's really going on, and you would be shocked. It's kind of neck to neck. Men are starting to really talk about these love languages, and I'm loving it because before, women are looked at as the most vulnerable in society because we always felt like, I feel like women always think, we always think we're at disadvantage, but you're absolutely right. I think men, when it comes to these social aspects of things, men are kind of disadvantaged because the expectation is still, even though we're in a different set of generation where a whole lot is happening. Men and women are working, women making money, men making money. If I'm not even going far, women making more money than men. Like the whole world had just kind of like flipped on the other side. And, I think men are starting to find their voice and really demand some of those things that they deserve it too, because they're a human being. If it's good for the guns, it's good for the gains, right? So I think men, yes, I agree. Women are the one who have these majority of the time women have these, but in modern society, men are also demanding that. They're asking for, and I hate to say this, but a lot of men are tapping into the feminine side, and they're tapping into it and really, taking full advantage of it. But definitely, I think women are most of the time asking that. I think if you're going to ask for something, you should be able to give it back. That, in my opinion, in general, like I feel like if it's good for you, it should be good for me. If it's good for me, it should be good for you. If I'm asking for you to pay attention to my love language, I also need to pay attention to your love language because you're a human being, you shed blood and you breathe, and I do the same. So it's taking a little while for society to start embracing that, but I'm really loving it that men are starting to tap into that and really demand for some of those things. And some women looked at it as, no, that's a problem, no. But I also think women are being double minded because we're still trying to get away from traditional relationship, but we're also demanding modern society as well. So we want men, majority of women would say, I want the men to work and do this and provide and all that, and I just want to be home and take care of the kids. So if you want that and you're also working, what about the money that you make? So in my opinion, I think there's still a double standard that women are still playing on both sides. And if you're gonna talk about love language, then it should be fair. So I don't know what your thoughts are, Anna, on that.
Okay, so I would respond to I think you made some really good points. Yes, women sometimes don't reciprocate love languages, right?
Yeah.
But I think that when a woman loves you, she does it without you even knowing. She does it Hey, you're going to break that bed. Get down.
Mhm.
She does it unconsciously. Come and lay on the bed. Come and lay on the couch. I'll put the mattress and then you lay on it. Go lay down. Okay, sorry about that. I was
No
saying that
worries.
when a woman loves a man, she does it unconsciously, right? Without you even
Right.
knowing that that's something that she should do. It just happens. Now, the reason why men don't talk about love languages is because one, men don't prioritize love languages. They believe in actions, right?
Yeah,
Actions speak louder than words.
you're right.
Women, we are more vocal. Men are not. Men are more they believe in actions speak louder than words, while women are more vocal. What I say is what I want to show. What you see
Right.
is what I'm portraying my love to be. But men, their action is what shows their own love, right? So I
Mhm.
think that every man has a love language. They're just not aware of it. But the
Yeah.
one way that they can think about it is, how do you like, what are some things that you would like your spouse to do to you when you're upset, or how would you like to be in a relationship where you feel you're happy? So once you know what makes you happy in a relationship, that will be what would drive your love language. So for men that like the three-letter words that we were talking about earlier, my kids are here, like inner
Yeah.
voice, you can talk about intimacy, right? And
Right.
physical touch. So a man like that would love for you to constantly hold him, kiss him, walk with him in public, hold his hands, just
Mm.
when he's
Show
around his
affection.
friends, just coming and giving him a kiss, showing him affection. Those are little things that men don't really think about it, but when a woman does it to them, it makes them feel really special, and it boosts their ego as men.
Right.
So you just have to figure out what makes you happy, or what are some things that your spouse does that you like, and encourage that. When she does that, you can make comments like, baby, I really like when you did this, or this feels really good. It encourages her to want to do more.
Right. Because I also think like as your relationship grows, I'm a strong believer that love languages do change as the stages of your relationship change. Like no, I really
That's
do.
funny because
Huh?
I said that's funny because growing up, as a
Mhm.
teenager and a single woman,
Right.
you would like a guy to always be giving you gifts. Now I don't care so much about the gifts, but act of service, in the sense that we have kids now. Do
Right.
something to help with the kids. Sometimes make me
Right.
breakfast, or make breakfast for the kids. Those little things go a long way,
That's why I said like it transitions, like it changes every stages of your relationship. Because when we first met, I know like what I really liked was like, okay, we could go because I like the gym, right? We could go work out and I felt like, wow, we had a great time. But now like I'm juggling so many things. Just the fact that I have a I feel like I have a really good team. Like we're really starting to really understand each other. I guess they said when you pass that hump of the relationship, it become really great because it's two people trying to understand each other. So
Mhm.
I feel like once you pass that honeymoon stage and you dive into the okay, this is real life, and then you kind of like pass that okay, this was honeymoon, we like that, this is real life, and then it's like okay, this is our life now. I feel
Yeah.
like once you pass those stages, you really start to understand each other love languages, in my opinion. Because me making sure like the house is clean and all that was like, if I came back and you put everything back how it used to be, was like, wow, you understand me. Now are they asleep? Can you help me put them to bed?
Yeah.
Or can you help me bathe them? Okay, I'm doing dinner. Are you able to wash the dishes for me? Can you help me? Like the languages, I feel like it kind of like moves around as you like transition into your relationship and different chapters of your life start to hit. So it's never stayed the same. But I feel like women, once we tap into motherhood, I really think we missed out on our partner's love languages as well, because our entire mind and focus is on like the family and the kids and making sure they're okay and making sure like house is okay, and we don't really go back individually to look at ourselves or our spouse and say, hey, what would you like me to do for you today to make your life easy, because life is laughing. I think that's what I like to say. So
Yeah.
definitely making sure it is really hard because the world is hard. You're thinking about finance, you're thinking about, oh, what's next for the kids? How are you gonna save up for the future? Um, there's so much going on. You're navigating your own personal life, career wise, and then you're trying to figure out, okay, how does this work? What are we going to eat today? And who's mostly, in charge of this and that? And you forget and then get frustrated and then start getting mad. Oh, when was the last time you did this for me? But how would a person know when you don't communicate?
That makes a whole lot of sense. You just made a point that I think it's important to emphasize. I
Yeah,
think when you marry a person or when you're in a relationship, you have to remember that before you guys became parents, you were a
couple.
couple. Before the
Yeah,
kids, it was you guys. It was the happy you guys. So look for things that used to make you guys happy, regardless of the fact that kids are involved. So
right.
take care of you first before you can properly care for a child. A toxic relationship would not help a child's upbringing be good. So making sure that you two as a couple are happy is what's most
That's a good
important,
one.
because when the kids see that you guys are happy, they see a healthy relationship. It also teaches them how to be in healthy relationships.
Right. So I'll tell you guys before we get to this next one. I'll tell you guys. So my little daughter, we like to like. I don't know. She's very very emotional. Riley. So when she does not want her dad to hold me. She's like, no, she's mine. But before, when I go and hold him, she'll get mad. So now it's kind of like, I don't know if she's switching it up. And but she enjoys when he holds me and I'm like, come on, mommy, you can join the hug. And then she's like excited about it. But when we're horse playing, I'm fake crying, right? I'm like, help me, Riley, help me. So she would start crying. So the other day I was just thinking, I'm like, I hope she doesn't think he's actually beating me up.
When you're
So
when
I'm
you
trying.
when you're in pain, that's someone she models, right?
Right.
When a mom is in pain or a dad is in pain, the kids know that that's someone that protects them. If that person is not okay, how can they help? If you, it's just like
Mm,
survival instinct. When your provider is unable to provide, you look for different ways to cope. It's
right.
just a coping mechanism, and you just have to make her understand. Once that happens, you just have to reassure her that everything is okay, you're fine. And this
Yeah,
is
I
how
told her,
you
I
can
said,
move.
Riley, we're just playing. Mommy's okay, okay? She's like, okay. So the next one's for you. Juan River says, I'm loving these questions. He said, Anna, can love language work in the absence of compatibility. Ooh. What if I buy you gift, give you my credit card, etc., but we are still having misunderstanding. How does such relationship survive? That's a great one. I love it. You want to take it on?
Repeat the. Let me read the question again.
So
One
it
second.
says, can love languages, let's break it apart, right? Let's do the first part. Can love languages work in the absence of compatibility?
I say yes because
Really?
it thinks it within. If I'm understanding the question, then maybe I should rephrase it and
In
ask him.
the
So
absence, let's say you and I are
oh,
not
in the absence,
compatible.
no. Okay,
Yeah.
so okay, can love languages work in the absence of compatibility? First of all, if you guys are not compatible, you will not be together,
You
right?
wouldn't even agree on anything.
Yeah, you guys must have been compatible in order to to even get to the point where you guys are in a relationship. So there
Right.
should have been some type of compatibility. Now, when people get married, they start seeing other sides of people that makes them not compatible.
Yep.
And when you start real when you reach in that point in a relationship, it's very important to communicate, have an open communication, discuss the differences, see if you guys can come to a resolution, right?
I agree.
And then
Yeah.
if you buy gifts and credit card, but you guys still have misunderstandings, then the root cause was not addressed. If you guys
Right.
address it, there's no way that if you guys clear the air, you guys will still be having misunderstandings unless that person is stubborn or is no longer interested in the relationship.
Right.
Yeah, but
Something, you just struck a point. What I want to ask with this whole give thing, right?
yeah.
I just thought about something. Are you buying the gifts because you did something wrong? Or are you buying the gifts because you recognize that something is wrong and you've solved the problem, and to make them feel like this is kind of like you apologizing? I never understood the gift giving. Are you there?
Is he able to get on the show? Ask him. Because
No, he's at work today. He's at work.
if
Yeah.
he's able to clarify, it will make a whole lot of difference.
Yeah,
Sometimes,
because gift giving, right? I think the question is based on the love languages. I think that's where he's going with this, because he said if your love language is gift receiving gifts. So if you're angry, is that the only time, or this is just in the spectrum of I just love to receive gifts, like
no,
randomly just get me gifts, not only when I'm angry, right?
no, if the person is really upset with you, from what I'm getting on
Hmm.
this question, he's talking about misunderstandings, and then you try to solve
Okay.
the issue by getting the person's love language, like doing what the person's love language would normally make them feel happy or relaxed.
Hmm.
Now, in this case, if it's a major issue, trust me, that love language will not work.
Right.
But if it's something that you did and you truly are sorry and you show the person that, man, I was wrong, the person will forgive you and let it go. But if it's something that you're constantly doing, the person has told you, I don't like this, and you're still
Right.
doing it, it's not gonna work. You just have to over time show the person that you can be better, and then if the person is still interested in the relationship.
In my opinion, love languages are not for a serious like matter of anger. I think love language just touches on in general the compatibility and what the expectation is from that person throughout the relationship.
Yeah.
Because if I'm angry with you and you're buying me gifts, it's like, what are you buying me gifts for? Or I'm angry with you, and then, why are you touching me? I don't want you to touch me right now.
Yeah. No, so
Or
River.
act of service. Like, I'm trying to think of a moment where I was really, really angry with my husband. I was, and I do not want to talk to you. I'm somebody like when I'm mad, I'm mad. Don't talk to me. Don't come near me. Just let me be. Let me figure it out on my own. I don't want to talk about it in the moment. Like leave me alone. Let me have a space and digest it because whatever comes out of my mouth is not going to be healthy.
Yeah,
And
that's true.
I don't want to say stuff and regret it because I will say a lot of stuff. So leave me alone. So when that happened, I just found my corner and I'm gonna go there. Leave me alone. Especially when I said leave me alone, leave me alone. I
Yeah,
mean every word of it. Not where, most women they will tell you leave me alone, but they want you to talk to them. No. When I said leave me alone, I mean every word of it. Don't talk to me. Just act like I don't exist right now. Just
but
leave
that
me alone.
that's if you understand your spouse though. Sometimes women
Right.
we give mixed messages. Like there are no a couple of times as a teenager or growing up when you meet a boyfriend, you're angry with them, or during sexual intercourse, you tell them they say, "Oh, let's have fun" or something, and you say no, but your actions are showing that you want some. You know, women we tend to not show our emotions. I'm guilty of that too. Like
Right.
sometimes during intimacy, I definitely want it, but my body is tired. But then I'll act like I'll say I don't want it, but then if he doesn't do it, I'm gonna be upset. Like me,
Well, fix
me,
that, lady. For
me.
me, I'm very, you know me. When I say I'm like that, I mean it.
Yeah, I'm talking about general women,
Yeah.
generalizing something, right? I'm not talking about in.
Oh no, we lost her. So let's go to the second part. She'll come back on shortly. And then he said, um, so let me read it. Love language can it be without compatibility? Absolutely not. You have to be compatible. Because if you're not compatible with someone, it just kind of like, ugh, I don't know. I don't know how long you're going to survive in that relationship. So the second part said, if I buy you a gift, um, give you my credit card, etc., but we are still having an issue. I think you answered this already. There's an underlying issue that hasn't been resolved. And before you buy gifts, I think it's better for you to understand why the anger is there, And
Mhm.
some people you don't want to do it. You really have to try to understand who your partner is. You're not going to know your partner 100%, but you can be close to about 95%. That's how I feel. I feel like people can know their partner 95%. There's always that 5% that's kind of like sketchy. But that 95%, you can almost guess it right. So if there's an issue, and the biggest issue there is compatibility. If you're not compatible, that's a number one red flag. Like, I don't know how you made it to a year or two, but you have to be compatible. Maybe your compatibility is it in certain areas, like you're not compatible with managing money or compatible with, being intimate, the intimacy level, or, someone who's just a negative, a Debbie Beater, they call it, like everything you say is like, no, that can never happen. um, for me, who's very like I believe a lot of things because I know the effort that I'm gonna put in. If I was a partner who just everything you come up with is like, no, that would never happen, we are not compatible. I'm sorry. Because if it's coming out of my mouth, I know that I am ready to put the work in to make sure that comes to fruition. So if you're with a partner that it's always negative and you're the positive one and you look at the bright side, but then also you're realistic about everything, and this person is just living, nope, we will never ever get a home, or we will never ever stop living with people. I mean, you are already fighting a battle that you can't win.
Are you
And
okay?
then, huh? What
Yeah.
did you say?
Sorry, the baby wanted my phone.
It's okay. Yeah, so you're fighting a battle that you can't win. So the compatibility is a big issue. Then now you get to the anger part. That's even gonna escalate because now one, you can't even see eye to eye on a lot of things. What makes you think you're gonna see eye to eye on that one thing?
I agree.
So, so
River,
you're fighting a losing battle,
yeah.
and that
River says
relationship
pro.
won't
Does that
survive.
answer your question?
Yeah, I hope that answer. I like these questions because he's really making the show go further. He
Is
said he
conflict
said it's a
resolution.
great topic. He wish he could be on. We wish he could be on too. We
Okay, he
want
said.
everybody to be on here so we can really get into this because I feel like topics like this is something we don't really discuss a lot in our African community because everybody wants to talk about, the obvious things. We don't talk about how these little things are very big things that makes relationship don't survive. And especially when somebody is angry. He said yes, that was an excellent answers to the first questions. um these little things are really affecting family lives and relationship in modern society, especially when you're coming from a background like us where we're used to our culture teach us, different ways. And then now we're trying to unlearn those behaviors and unlearn those things that we've seen as kids or as teenagers. Our idea of relationship, I would definitely say my idea of relationship has definitely kind of like switched up from when I was little compared to as an adult from what I watch and see. And then
Mhm.
the expectation that I had of what love and relationship was has
Yeah.
definitely changed over the years as I've gotten older and interact with so many different people. It changed a lot. So when we're looking at this, I'm hoping that somebody will come across this and say, "Oh wow, maybe that was the reason." Because there are relationship ending that shouldn't end on some stuff that they just don't understand how to
Yeah.
navigate it.
He
You
just
know?
made a. Yeah, you're right. There's
Yeah.
something that River says pro just asked about conflict resolution is based upon giving gifts and buying expensive stuff. What
Right.
happens if we run out of those gifts? So River
Right.
says
Then the
pro. Someone,
relationship ends.
someone, no, someone
No,
that
most relationship ends. Like I literally saw something someone posted online. She was like, "Oh, the relationship started. He was getting me gifts. He was doing a whole lot. Now, come to find out, he can buy me that. I'm not
that's
here for
because
that."
it started off really high. Like, okay, like for example, you're dating a girl, you take her to a high end restaurant, and when you guys get married or you're in a real relationship, you take her to places like McDonald's. Like, when
But
you
then
set
again, it's
when you
I'm
set
gonna let you finish before I say what I'm gonna say.
when you start off a relationship with a high expectation, Brielle, stop what you're doing. When you start a relationship with high expectations, you have to continue on that foot, right? Or on that
Really?
note, yes. But I'm talking about like when you're dating a girl and then you start showing her flashing things around. She expects you to do the same throughout your relationship, not just because you're trying to woo her. You understand? Now, what I was trying to get to, conflict resolution is the base of every successful relationship. If you guys don't know how to communicate to resolve your issues, it would not go anywhere. You guys would not last in that
Yeah.
relationship. You guys have to figure out how to have an effective way of communicating to resolve your issues. Now, people whose love languages are involving gifts doesn't necessarily mean that that's their only way of showing or for you to show them that you genuinely care. And not every gift that is meaningful has to be expensive. You just have to be creative. You have Google, look for different ways to show your spouse that you appreciate them, or you're sorry, or how to express yourself to that person. It doesn't have to be an expensive gift. But what I'm
Right.
saying is, if you start off a relationship or you start off a relationship on fake life or you have so much money, make sure you're ready to continue like that. You can't. shower a woman so many expensive gifts, and then during the relationship you don't give her when she's supposed to be enjoying the benefits of that relationship, and then you start taking her to McDonald's when you started at Fogo de Chao. Like, you understand what I'm saying? Like, I would
Oh,
I'm
that's
just
a good one.
I'm just saying, like, if we're just dating, first date, you take me to Fogo de Chao, I'm like, okay, this guy has money. You better keep up.
That's where I think is wrong.
Yeah.
So now, no, I'm thinking differently on this one, right? I think women in general do not understand that everything's in life has stages. So men in general, like their idea is to get you. They want to wow you, right? It's kind of okay. Let me give you an example. It's kind of like you're applying for a job, right? The job
Yeah.
is not going to tell you you're going to have to put extensive amount of time. There are times where you're going to have to work outside of the hours that we're giving you. There are times where you're going to have to actually, if you're a manager, you're going to have to get on the floor to do the work as well. They're not going to tell you that, but that is the expectations of that. So
Yeah,
I
but they
feel
have a
like,
keyword that says other duties at assigned. Those are the other duties at
yeah,
assigned.
but in
But men don't give
relationship, you
you
should know that comes with it though.
men don't tell you that they have to be honest from day one. That is lie telling. If a man,
No,
okay, let's say a guy,
because if I want you, right? If I want you, my goal is to show you that even though I don't have it, I see it in a different light.
yeah, but
Maybe
if
I'm
a man discloses that, okay, you see the statement you just made.
no,
I
they're
think
not
it's
gonna
very
disclose that
important.
to you. I
They
don't think
should.
anybody's
They
trying to get
should.
a market would
They
disclose that.
should. They should because
I don't
it
think it's
would.
fair.
Why not?
Because one, as a woman, right, when you're going on these dates in the beginning, right,
Mm-hmm.
you're putting your best foot forward. That
Yes.
is his way of putting his best foot forward. So
Yes.
when you give him that expectation that you're always going to have your hair done, you're always going to be on point 100%, right? Because when you
Mm-hmm.
show up, that's what he likes, that's what he's chasing. So as the relationship progresses, when you say, "Babe, can we go on a date?" You show up with the jeans and a flip flops. Aren't you deceiving him too?
Yeah, you are. But
So
my thing
it's
is,
both ways. That's what I'm saying. The expectation when women set these bar so high, I'm not saying like
yeah.
some men don't fraud, right? Some men fraud, like they will straight out tell you, yeah, I have this, I have that. And those are the ones that I used to just, you know me. I would just block you in 2 seconds. I don't have time for foolishness. I don't care if you take me to the park and we eat a corner of ice cream. I don't care if you just buy me a chicken nugget. Hey, this girl, or a happy meal, or in fact, make me a ramen noodles. I will eat it. But if you start out, you're telling me, you call me and say, hey, I'm taking you on a date dressed to impress. When you start making a statement, then yes. But when a man said, hey, I would like to take you out to eat, women automatically assume they got to put their best foot forward because you're trying to impress him too to get him, right? So
Yeah.
his way of trying to impress you, because men already know women likes the finest things in life. So I think we need
Yes,
to
we
cut
do,
some
and I
grace
don't
for men
think
too, because it's not always, there's always a stages in relationship where the man is going to say, I really want to impress you. I think women also need to think that, okay, maybe if he didn't straight out come out and say, it's because I have this and have that, he's just trying to let you know, this is how I interpret it on compared to the other men that just flat out will lie to you. I interpret it in a way where it's like, okay, if you don't have it right now and you're doing your best to take me to these type of places and you're promising me things, that means when you do have it, this is what life will look like. If he's willing to show you the other side and not just every time for that course of dating, every time you meet, that's where is I think is very, very important for you to know where the person lives, what type of job they're doing. Because when you know that, it makes it easier for you to understand one. And I'm very vocal. I'm one of those people are gonna be like, don't you think this is too expensive? Like, is this how life is gonna be with you? Those are follow-up questions that I think women should ask you instead of assuming, oh, he has it. No, just ask questions. Then you will know. If he lies to you, then you know you gotta run for the hills.
And that's what I was getting to. Like,
Oh, okay.
I was thinking the same way that you were thinking. Now I see what you meant. It's good that you clarified that. It's
Yeah.
true that people tend to take people to the best places because it's first impression, right?
Yeah.
But I was also trying to say that it's something that should be discussed within the date. Like, hey, even though I look like this, I don't always dress up. So brace yourself. Like, be realistic.
I'm a human being.
Don't
I
go on the
won't have
date and take
makeup
it
on
to.
sometimes. Can you handle it? And then show
Yeah.
up sometime with no makeup.
Yeah, because there's some guys that don't like girls that don't wear makeup. There are guys that like all their women natural.
I remember when you and I used to do our little when back in the days, and we show up places with no makeup. Sometimes we show up in our PJs.
Yeah. So everybody just has to at least know you for you, not
Oh my
portray
god!
something that you're not.
Yeah,
Same thing
you
with men.
know.
Like, is I'll respect the guy that will tell me on the first day, I know I took you to forego the child today because I could afford it. But just know that if I have another date or something, I want you to know that if I take you somewhere else, it should be okay. I'll take you when
So
I have
let
the
me
money.
tell you, that's bad market because if my goal is to really date you and take you serious, and I think you're the type of woman for me, and on the first day I'm telling you that, that's a turn off. A lot of women run because they don't want to hear the truth.
Then it's not a woman for you. It's not a good woman.
But
A
you,
good woman will appreciate a realist.
I think it's babies. I think it's on both end. I think both people are responsible to try to
So
understand. We're all human. You live in the same area, especially. I feel like a lot of women are not aware of the economic status of a lot of men in general by looking around, like just knowing the type of job somebody do. You can understand, okay, maybe he had a little extra, he was able to spend that on me. Or go further, ask question. If that's a relationship you're really interested in, ask questions, say, hey, I know you're really trying to impress me. And that's something that I say all the time. I know you probably brought me here because you're trying to impress me. And then they'll laugh. Oh, no, no. I said, no, it's okay. You're trying to impress me, but I want you to understand all of this is not a matter for me because all that matters is are you able to work to maintain what it is you're doing? What do you do for living? Like I watch it. There's this show that this guy hosts. He's a Liberian. It's called Street Fries. And and you guys, what I'm about to say, I'm not trying to throw shades to anybody because I think everybody in every industry you work in, you're making living for you and your family. But it just kind of sunk in, right? If you're a woman, she was on there. I don't remember which one, but I came across the video and he asked her question and she was naming everything on her. I think the total of what she was wearing that day is worth almost $5,000. So, and he asked and he said, what job do you do? She said, oh, I'm a CNA. And he's like, what does that mean? A nurse A. And in my mind, I'm thinking like, hmm, you work so hard because I know what it takes, to be a CNA, right? You work very hard to earn all that money and you're having a bag. And yeah, guys, again, it's easy for me to judge, right? Because I'm not in the boat. I don't know how she's doing it. Maybe she have other source of income. Who knows? But automatically, if I was a man dating you, I'm thinking like, okay, I know how many hours you have to put in to get what it is. I know the total average of how much they're making. And this is what you're wearing on a daily basis to go out. That's a lot of money. $5,000 worth of things on you in general. To me, that's where I started to judge and started to think like, okay, where else could you have put that money to double it? Because a piece of clothing, a piece of earrings, depending on what the jewelry is, is not, it depreciate, because when you go and sell it, it's not going to make much money out of, you're not going to make much money over it. So when people start to be, more aware of the socio economy, economics of each person and what it is going on, then you start to think, okay, do you think it's necessary for you to bring me out here to eat? Maybe we can go somewhere that's less. Then I think it start to help you to build a stronger relationship, because you're not just seeing beyond here. Maybe he struggles in finance and how to handle his money. Maybe you're stronger in that area and he thinks every woman wants that, but you're not the type that want it. So majorly he's not really thinking about the whole fact that you're a different person. He just know that every woman likes finest things in life, and the best way to get the best woman is to give her the best in that moment. And later on you find out you're in the relationship, your heart, everything is all in now, and you can't step back, because one, he's a great person, but he spends lousily, he's wasteful with money. And now you're like, well, you don't take me out, you don't do this, but you have to understand that stage of your relationship was necessary in that moment for him to do it. As you move to another stage, different things are happening, changes are happening. So the importance of things change. Now you're a part of his life, so you're a part of making sure that the money is safe for you guys to plan life together. Before, it was just him, he was trying to get you. And now, kind of like when we were single, right? We lived by ourselves. What do we knew? If we knew having kids at this stage, childcare, all of this, all the money that we were making, we probably would have been saving it, right? We didn't know that. So we only thought about ourselves in that moment. So we took that money and bought whatever it is we wanted to buy with it. We went out and we bought the finest heels. We did our hair, did our nails. We were traveling, doing whatever. But if we had sat down and started to think about, I'm in a relationship. This relationship is probably going to another level. I'm about to get married. When I get married, what comes along on that way? When we're prepared for that and we start to ask those questions, it makes it easier for you to set the person on track. Hey, Anna, are you still there? Let's go as another question.
Yeah, it makes sense. I hear you. Sorry.
Yeah.
My
So,
baby
River
started
Test Pro
laughing.
said, based on this topic, do you really think there are faster ways to relax women? What could
I
be
definitely think that there
a
is.
fast
You just
method
have to
for Anna
understand.
might
I
not be
think.
for feet. I agree.
Huh?
I agree. Go ahead, Anna. No, I was laughing at that when he said women, because people
I
think
think
women
I
are
think
hard
there
to please.
is. I think there is. Sometimes for me, just being silent when I'm angry, just be quiet. I would
Yeah,
not want my spouse to be going back and forth with me. I think just giving me my space would definitely help me calm down. And
yeah,
then, coming back to me and just having a conversation. But when I'm angry and you're talking, it just makes me even more angry.
angrier.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So I think that silence is definitely a quicker way to get me me to calm down. And then sometimes
absolutely.
just reassuring me that, or even the word sorry helps me calm down. And sometimes you just have to read the mood, really. There's some
Right,
times when just sorry is good enough. There are times when just silent. A woman will not like a man that will be raising their voice at them. Like, if you want your woman to be quiet, some women, you can just a kiss can help them calm down fast enough. The woman is so angry at something that you did wrong, you just come hold her and just kiss her. Sometimes it helps.
right.
Sometimes just be quiet. Don't talk back. Even if you're the one that was right, just be quiet. And then when she's calm, then you talk.
Yeah,
So does
I
that
agree
answer your
with you.
question? River says pro.
There are, I mean, you hit everything on point. So Yes, and he said, "What might work for you don't work for me," and it's absolutely true. Again, it all boils down to knowing your partner, and then knowing how long you've been with this person, and then looking at the level of anger,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Because certain things is just like petty, and it's like women will just get mad because it's mood swing. Like if I clean this area, I came back and everything is scattered, you're with the kids. I'm mad, but I'm not angry. I'm just annoyed. That now I have to do it because now you're just adding more work.
Mhm.
Or let's go to the ones that everybody feel like they're done. Let's just say I find out you are cheating with an individual that I suspected and you lie, right? So
Mhm.
now it's like I'm not just angry at the fact that you're doing that. It's a buildup of a lot of things.
Mhm.
So if that person is angry in every situation, I think in a fight or anger or disagreement, it's always best to step away. The
Mhm.
overall, in my opinion, just step away, even if the person is talking. But I think modern men do not understand that concept. I think our fathers knew when a woman's angry to go catch a beer, drink beer with a friend and go sit somewhere else.
Mhm.
Now it's like a full front. No, I'm gonna stand there and we each gonna have a word.
Mhm. I also want to add something that you just mentioned.
Uh-huh.
Understanding your partner and also asking that person when you're upset, how can I best calm you, is very important. You can
Yes.
start with
Not in
asking
the
that
moment
person
though.
themselves too.
I don't
No,
think
no,
it's best
no.
to ask
No, I'm saying
afterwards.
before. No.
Yeah.
I'm saying before you, while you're even dating a person, while you're in a relationship with a person, when you guys are in good terms, as in that,
Yeah.
babe, man, how can I, when you're angry, how can I help you be calm? Just knowing what that person prefers, their preferences
Yeah.
is very important.
Yeah. And
Someone's
remember
love
it.
languages and preferences during conflict could be different. So it
Yeah.
depends on an individual. You just have to be willing to know what they prefer. Because some women, like we mentioned about intimacy, some women may like intimacy, but when they're really angry during intimacy, they may not enjoy it as much as if they were just, if it was something that
Yeah. It
they
becomes a
are really
chore.
upset about. Yeah, they will just do it because they have to do it. So it's important to ask the person when you're in a good mood with that person, say, just crack a joke
Yeah,
with
and
the
then
person.
if you have a playful relationship, sometimes some anger, like just being playful, like knowing whatever the issue is, if it's something that's very serious and that person is angry about it, just knowing the tune, like Anna said, like just read the mood. Make sure you're self aware of what's going on and reading that person mood because sometimes too we women will say when I'm angry, just do this for me, but in reality it's not all things that will work. So sometimes you also have to take the initiative to try to understand that individual based on different things, right? um if a man is angry, we know that men, most of the time men are not going to say much. They're angry, you hear some men just scream and probably bang on the table and go somewhere else and just say some things and leave. But women will make sure that fight will not end until they have said the last words. So if you know your partner is the one that have to say the last word and make sure they say it, then just be quiet, go sit somewhere else. I do not recommend putting headphones in your ears because that's actually a disrespect in my opinion, or like putting the TV on loud because you're agitating that person. If you have other rooms in the house, maybe go to the other room and just be there. Remember the goal is to resolve the conflict. It's not to agitate it to get it more. You want a happy home, and you
If you
guys
if
have
you
all
if
heard.
you get if you go to another room, I find that disrespectful. You're walking out on me.
Really?
Yeah, I'd rather you sit there and just listen to what I'm saying and be quiet.
So
Because when
you
you
really think, as a human being, you sit there? Some women are very vocal. They're cussing you, and you shouldn't say a word.
Yeah,
Oh my God, that's not fair.
because I want you to hear every. That's the only way I'll be able to express every single thing that's disturbing me.
Okay.
So that
Well,
way you
maybe
can
that
learn.
works.
So that way you can learn. Can you guys
Okay.
stop,
So
please?
maybe sitting there quietly and just listening. And then, when she's all done and calm and said, I hear you. I understand you. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You know. But if you're not sorry, for me, I can tell if somebody is not sorry, we are gonna go at it.
Or
I'm just like,
ask me, okay, are you can we talk after I'm
yeah.
done? After I'm done venting. Let's do your
I
hair.
also feel like when the person's done talking, what I've learned for me, what I've worked, when especially when you're angry and you're saying stuff and the person is going back and forth with you and then repeating the same thing back and forth, then now it gets even worse because then you start to like um yeah, River says pro said he sometimes walking away and going to the other room can be a different by some women. Yeah, and I just said that is disrespectful. No, I mean, if let's just say, okay, I don't know. For me, it worked. Maybe saying, you know what, right now we're not seeing eye to eye. Let me just go sit on the other side till we're calm. Then we talk about it. That works for me. For me, I feel like
That
because
one is better.
sometimes,
At least you let the person know. Some
yeah,
people just walk out and give you your space, but it's rude.
yeah, or I can sit here and listen to you, and then we come up with a solution. But if I'm the one making you even more angry, can I walk away? Can I go sit over there so you're calm? Then we have a conversation. Or just not say anything like Anna said, just sit there. I guess take it as a man, hear her out. But I also feel like what have really started to help us because it was really, really hard. I will tell you guys, it was really hard, especially being someone who's lived by themselves for a little while and then trying to transition into that relationship, and everybody's coming with their own idea from what they've learned from their family members, from their own walk of life and everything, and your idea of what you think a relationship should look like than what the reality is. It's really hard because you're gonna bum hand. So I think what I've really help is to just put in your what I've put in my mind, like the battle is not between both of us. The battle is what's happening right now. So I try to think about that. Even sometimes it's really hard to think about it, but putting that in your mind and just knowing that the obstacle right now is not about it's not you or me, because at the end of the day we're gonna pass it and be laughing again and pretend like this never happened. So it can be hard to think about that. But I think as time goes on, I've learned how to really resolve conflict. And I think I'm learning all of this from just, I own it all to just work, because having to deal with so many different personality and stuff kind of help you to really navigate people in general. So, um, yeah, we've actually gone really far for an hour now. So let's go back to it. What's the fact? Do you have a list of things that is fast for you to kind of like we can make a list of those things that you can do quickly so that way we close that we can do to make our partner calmer in a I think we just listed one, sitting quietly and letting the other person vent.
And understanding the person's love languages,
Yeah,
applying those love languages when they're
yeah,
angry. So it could be any of those things that
yeah,
we listed for love languages.
yeah,
Silence. Even a simple kiss. Um,
yeah,
Definitely asking that person what would they prefer when
yeah,
how what are some things that you can do when they're angry to help them feel relaxed. You ask those people those things, it helps.
yeah.
That's the only things I can really think of off the top of my head. But
And also, I think just not just saying I'm sorry. Sometime in a really heated someone who's really angry, like I don't know if I've ever been to that level. I think when I was pregnant, I have. You guys, that was a different anger. But I think, wait, what Andrew said? He's not entering the show. I don't know. That's the link I posted. You used the link, right, Anna?
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
that's
one
the
you
same
sent
link.
me. The one you sent
Yeah,
me.
that's the same link I posted in the group.
Maybe copy
Also,
and post it again.
yeah, I don't know what happened. Did I put it in the group? No, I didn't. Oh
Let
shit.
me do that. You didn't put it on the group.
Okay.
Let me get it. Hold on.
Sorry, guys.
I'll post it.
Okay. Yeah, so like, in a heated conversation where you're like really, really angry, I think just sometimes your partner just holding you, just coming and embracing you and saying, I understand, I really hurt you. And could we find time how to fix this? Because you don't want to, I feel like maybe it's me, but I feel like when people just straight out just say, oh, I'm sorry, that doesn't really work for me.
Yeah, but you
Hello?
have to be. You say sorry, but you also show that you're sorry. Saying sorry doesn't mean
Yeah,
anything.
like someone just said, oh, I'm sorry. And then you say something, they're like, but I already said sorry. To me, I'm
Mhm.
like, you're not sorry. You're only sorry because I'm saying something about it. But
Yeah.
are you truly sorry? And is it going to repeat again? You know, hey, Andrew,
Yeah, how are you, man?
we're okay. How are you? We're about to close.
Yeah, no problem. I can take my at least 5 or 10 minutes to see what I want to say. I know. Sorry that I had to
Mhm.
join late. Was on a
No
call with
worries.
somebody. They were
Mm.
discussing some issue with me, so we like it took. You want to find time to leave the line.
Right.
But the person keep. Yeah. So that's the reason I didn't join on time.
No
But I'm sorry.
worries.
My apologies. We have to work to go.
No worries. Anna and Riverside Pro held it down.
I know. Sure.
Yeah, so what's your thought on this? We've covered so much. We're talking about what's the fastest way to relax an angry spouse or significant others.
Well, it varies from individual to individual, it varies from person to person. So the way I will respond,
I'm sorry. Before you say that, low, whatever was that? Oh, what guy is it time? I see. Wow, the internet is quiet.
okay, so as I was saying, it depends on how, I mean, the individuals involved,
Mhm,
because there are two persons involved in the whole situation. The person who wrong, the person
mhm,
who, the offender, and the one who is being offended. Yeah,
mhm,
so the offender, how they will approach it, and the offender, the person who is offended, how he or she will respond or will accept it. But in my view, what I think is that the best way when someone is, for instance, is mad, and when someone is wrong and the other person is mad, I think you got to give it a space so the person who is mad to calm down a little before you jump straight to them with apologies. How do you go about an apologies? The first thing is, in my view, like for me, I will buy a gift
mhm,
and bring it without you knowing anything. And then certain part of the night also, or when I see you a bit cool, then I walk to you, present that gift to you, kneeling down to say, "Oh, I'm sorry for what I did." So the best way, in my view, is, I mean, to say sorry, but the sorry should not just be like that, but it should be, preceded by a gift. That's my view.
Thank you. That makes sense. So let's add to some of the lists that we just said earlier. Um, Definitely, I do think, I like how you put it, the offender and the offended, which everybody's always thinking, but I already said sorry. I don't know why you keep dragging it on. It's not about how long the person's gonna, you want to calm that person. You're the offender. So, however long it took that person to get angry, that's how long it's gonna triple that
Also,
for them
by the
to
way,
get.
get up.
It's there on the top of the handle. You see a small button.
Here, put this button here.
On the top of the handle, yeah.
This one.
Oh,
Oh,
There you go.
thank
thank you.
you. Sorry.
Have a good one.
Okay.
Oh shoot. Uh, did I remove him? You guys.
I'm
Huh.
here. Can you hear me?
I'm
Yeah, I don't
here.
know what I did. I don't know what I did. But yeah, so you guys, we've listed so many things, and we said pretty much, it's individual based how we can calm anybody down. One is you should take time to get to know your partner on different aspects of situations, anger, happy, you know, in between making decisions and things like that. Because once you're self aware and you know what's going on, and you yourself, how do you handle someone that's angry? Like when you're angry, are you is the goal to understand what happened, or is the goal to just talk at each other? So I feel like once you understand that, it makes it easier for you to be able to relax someone. And some
Yeah,
people, you're just not going to be able to relax them. They got to relax themselves.
yeah, which is true. Which is true. But it is true. Some people let it relax themselves. They let it give themselves. They let to give themselves space. So
Yeah,
before they can listen to anybody. So even you talk, they will not listen to you. They will not
yeah,
listen to you. They want to get themselves. They want to cool down first before they do anything. That's what actually happens. But it is not good to rush the person. Say, oh, I'm telling you sorry now. Oh, go ahead and do it. Go ahead and do it.
yeah. That just aggravate the situation and makes it even worse. All right, guys. So we're at the end. Let's give our closing statement and then just want to say thank you to our audience. Please, please, please share the show. Invite your friends. Let's keep following and keep the faith. Hopefully soon we will have some time. You guys, we live in a working world in America. It's not easy for us to stay consistent, but we've been trying our best, and we hope to put our best foot forward in our second year as we round to our first year. But yeah, Anna or River Pro, do you have any closing statement you want to type up? I know you're at work. Thank you so much for always following, being consistent. Hopefully, we pray that one day this show go further and help many people as we all help each other and learn. So, who wants to get?
I will quickly go so that my kids don't yell on the thing.
Okay,
I continue to thank you for the interesting topics that you continue to bring on the show. I learn a lot from your show, believe it or not. I also want to encourage. Oh God, I
it's
want to
okay.
encourage. I want to encourage each person listening to this show to share. You may bless someone to help their relationship better. Again, this show is opinion. It's opinion
Babe.
based. So it's not meant to fix every relationship. It's meant to give you an insight on how you can address other issues within your life or your relationship. It does not guarantee that it will be 100% effective. So just
Right.
be mindful of that. But it's a good way to learn and how to improve your relationship. Thank you guys for
Thank
having me on
you.
the show as usual.
Thank you so much. And thank you, Princess. She want to say her piece too. Okay.
No, she's so loud.
Well,
Ow.
we, huh? Oh, okay. Well, we lost Andrew. Thank you so much, River Cesspool. Really, really appreciate all your support. All those follow-up questions really do take the show further. It's always a pleasure to have you on here. Thank you so much, Anna. I know, like, we've always wanted to do something like this, and finally, taking that bold steps. Initially, I always tell you guys, initially the plan was just to record and drop it because I used to be so shy and scared. But now I feel like when I don't come in front of you guys, I feel so weird on the weekend. So this is part of my life now, and I'm very, very grateful that I can come and talk to you guys. Hopefully, our kids and as they get older, they can run across these things and they can learn from it as well. And as Anna said, we are not relationship experts or profession. My professions, you guys, I can't talk. It's not relationship. I'm not a counselor. Nobody else on here is a relationship counselor or family counseling. We are here to just learn from each other and share some positivity within our community. So we come up with these social topics that are day-to-day things that we all go through and experience. So it's very, very important that even though if the show is not live, you can still share it. You can still add some comment in the comment section. You don't know who might be going through that situation and just need to hear another perspective. So that's why we're here. I know there's so many of these out there. We're not here to reinvent the wheel, but just to add to all the great communities that we have. So just want to say thank you to all of our viewers, our supporters, and those who stuck with us. And look, we're almost 1 year. Literally on the 29th would be 1 year. I'm super, super excited for what is ahead of us. And oh, River Cesspool has one more. You're on camera, guys. River Cesspool has one question for us. He said, if both of you were representing all women, what one thing would relax all women? You want to go first, or I should?
You can go first.
I think Anna already said this. If you're wrong, stay calm. If we're wrong, stay calm. I think that helps all the situation. If you're wrong as a man, stay calm. Just stay calm. Because you remember, men, you're not running on emotions. We are running on a high, high, high emotions. And I don't care what anybody has to say that women and men are the same. No, we're not. We are not. You hear it here first from me. We are not the same. Men have different way how they process things, and women have different way how we process things. We are going to let our emotion run into it, and then later on, we start to realize, okay, I'm okay. So I think in every situation, my only thing I would say, if I was representing all women, I would say stay calm, because when you're calm and somebody else see how calm you are, it brings them down a little bit a notch, because it makes the situation less hectic, and then now that you can think through the process, and also just telling them, I understand that you're frustrated and that we're not seeing eye to eye right now, but it will be okay. I think that kind of help in every situation. That's what I would say, those things. How about you, Anna? Anna, I think she's a
Sorry,
little.
I'm here.
Yeah, I
You
know.
hear the noise. Oh, I think
Yeah, it's
I
okay.
left the baby.
They should know
What?
we're a family show.
Yeah. So I would definitely say silence, just like you said. Silence solves a lot of unquestionable tensions and chaotic situations. So yes, the best and quickest way is just to be quiet and don't internalize anything. When a woman is angry, she'll say a lot of things that she doesn't mean. So please
Yeah,
just listen. When she's done talking, then you look for an opportunity to have a conversation with her.
yeah,
Yeah,
they
that's
can
it.
have it. I agree. Women, tell us how we did. We're representing you guys. All right, guys. So we're at the end of the hours. We'll be here again tomorrow. Thank you so much, Anna, for being on here. Really appreciate all your support. We've been through a lot, and I remember we used to say we can't win when we're old. It looks like this is what we're gonna be doing when we're old.
Amen to that. That will keep our brain moving.
Yeah. So thank you guys so much. Thank you, River Says Pro, for always being here. Um, I know since you heard about the show, you've always been so dedicated and be on time and supportive. We really, really appreciated having a male representative from the male side to just ask our questions, and get us to think out of the box. That's why I like your questions. It makes you to think outside of the box and really see the topic in a different perspective. So definitely appreciate all your support as well. And hopefully you can join our little group chat. Um, and if you have any topic, don't hesitate. You can send them to me, you guys. We're here to support each other. Sometimes it's hard to come up with a really good topic, but so far you guys say all the topics are always good. So let's keep it rolling. Send us topic that you're interested in, things that you want to see in our second year as we round this first year up. So, again, big, big thank you. Let's keep this going. Let's reach more people across the nation. Let's help people understand that, hey, we can be positive too. So, thank you for your support and thank you for being here. Appreciate all your time and effort that you guys put in. I know you could be doing something way greater than this, but you took your time to be here to hear us out and also be part of the show. So really, really appreciate it. Thank you. You guys have a great day, and we will see you again tomorrow. Same time, same place. Bye bye. Hi, Anna. I'll talk to you later.
All right, no problem. I'm waiting for your call or text.
Okay. All
Mm.
right. You guys have a great one. River says, bro, have a great day at work. Hopefully, it doesn't get too hectic. I hope we kill some time for you. All right. Bye. Bye, guys.